Yo, Code Pilots, welcome. Welcome to Python in 1 hour, a beginner's crash course by your friends at Code Pilot. I'm super excited to be your guide today. We're going to turn you into a coding superstar in just 60 minutes, and we're diving straight into coding live in VS Code. That's right. We're starting hands-on right now. You're going to write your first Python program with me, step by step, and feel like a tech wizard by the end of this video. So let's get started. If you haven't set up Python or VS Code yet, don't worry, I've got you covered. Check the description below for a link to a quick setup guide on how to install Python and VS Code. It's super easy, like installing any app, and you'll be ready to code in no time. All right, Code Pilots, let's hit the ground running. Before we write our first line of code, let's talk about why Python is so awesome. I'm already in VS Code here, and you can see I've got it open on my screen. Python is the coolest, friendliest programming language out there. Why? First, it's super easy to read. It's almost like writing a story in plain English. Second, it's crazy powerful. Big companies like Google, Netflix, and Spotify use Python to build apps, analyze data, and even create AI stuff. And third, it's perfect for beginners. You don't need to be a tech genius or a math nerd to code in Python. If you can follow a simple recipe, like making a sandwich, you can totally learn Python. In this course, we're going from zero to building a fun guessing game in just 1 hour. Imagine that. You'll be coding your own game by the end of this video. That's why Python is the best place to start your coding journey. Now, let's write some code and see Python in action. All right, let's write our first Python program together in VS Code. If you've got VS Code open, follow along with me. First, let's create a new file. I'm going to click on File in the top menu, then New File. You can also use the shortcut Control-N on Windows or Command-N on Mac. Now, let's save this file. I'm going to click File, then Save As, and I'll name it hello.py. Make sure you add that .py at the end. That tells VS Code this is a Python file. I'm saving it on my desktop, but you can save it anywhere you like. Great. Now you should see a blank file called hello.py in VS Code. Let's write our first line of code. Type this exactly as I do. Print hello world. Let me break that down. The print function is like your megaphone. It shows text on the screen. Inside the parentheses, we put quotation marks. And inside those, we write hello world. That's the message we want to show. So the whole line is print hello world. I'm typing it now. And you should too. Done? Awesome. Let's run this code and see what happens. To run it, I'm going to click the little Run button in the top right of VS Code. It looks like a play triangle. If you don't see that button, you can open the terminal by clicking Terminal in the top menu, then New Terminal, and type Python hello py. Press Enter and boom! You should see Hello World pop up in the terminal below. How cool is that? You just wrote and ran your first Python program. You're officially a coder now, Code Pilot. That's it for the intro, Code Pilots. We've written our first Python program, and you're already on your way to becoming a coding rockstar. If you're loving this so far, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next sections. We're going to dive deeper into Python, learn about variables, loops, and even build a fun guessing game, all in this 1 hour crash course. All the links, including the setup guide for Python and VS Code, are in the description below. Let's keep coding together. See you in the next section. Yo, Code Pilots, welcome back to Python in 1 hour, a beginner's crash course by Code Pilot. I'm so pumped to be here with you for section 2. In the last section, we wrote our first Python program, printing Hello World in VS Code, and you totally rocked it. Today, we're taking the next step in your coding journey. We're going to learn about variables, which are like little boxes to store information, and how to talk to your users with input and output. By the end of this section, you'll be able to write a program that asks for someone's name and says hi to them. It's a small step, but it's a big deal for a beginner coder like you. Let's keep coding live in VS Code and make some Python magic happen. All right, let's start with variables. Think of a variable as a little box where you can store something, like a number, a word, or even a sentence. In Python, variables are super easy to create. Let's try it together in VS Code. I'm still in the same hello.py file from the last section, but if you want, you can create a new file. I'll just clear this one out. First, let's store a name in a variable. I'm going to type name equals Alex. Let me break that down. On the left, name is the name of my variable. It's like labeling my box. The equals sign equals means I'm putting something in the box. And on the right, Alex is the value I'm storing. It's in quotation marks because it's a word, or what we call a string in Python. So name equals Alex means I've stored the word Alex in a variable called name. Now, let's use that variable to say hi. I'm going to type print hi with a comma. Here, print is showing two things. First, with the comma and space after it, and then the value of my name variable, which is Alex. Let's run this code. I'll click the Run button in VS Code, or you can use the terminal and type Python hello.py. When I run it, I see hi Alex in the output. How awesome is that? Variables let us store information and use it later in our program. Try it yourself. Change the name to your own name, like name equals Sarah, and run the code again. You'll see hi Sarah in the output. That's the power of variables. Now, let's make this even more fun by talking to our user. We're going to use a function called input to ask the user for their name, and then we'll say hi to them. Let's write the code together in VS Code. I'm going to replace our old code, but you can keep yours if you want. Just add this below. First, I'll type name equals input. What's your name? Let's break that down. The input function asks the user to type something. Inside the parentheses, I put, what's your name? That's the question I'm asking. And I added a space at the end so the user's answer doesn't stick to the question. Whatever the user types gets stored in the name variable. So, name equals input, what's your name, is asking for the user's name and saving it. Now, let's say hi to them. I'll add this line, print hi name welcome to Python. This print shows three things: hi, then the name variable, and then welcome to Python. Let's run this and see what happens. I'll click Run in VS Code. When I do, you'll see the question, what's your name, pop up in the terminal. I'm going to type Alex and press Enter. And look at that. The output says, hi Alex, welcome to Python. Try it yourself in your VS Code. Run the code, type your name when it asks, and see the program say hi to you. Isn't that cool? You just made your program interactive. It's talking to the user and responding. That's a huge step in coding, Code Pilots. You're killing it. Let's celebrate. You've learned how to use variables and talk to your users with input and output. Now, here's your Python Pilot challenge for this section. I want you to run this code in your VS Code. Ask for the user's name with input. Store it in a variable, and print a welcome message, just like we did. Then, take it up a notch. Change the message to something fun, like, hey, name, you're a Python rockstar. Run your code, type your name, and take a screenshot of your VS Code with the output. Share it in the comments below with hashtag Python Pilot Challenge. I'm so excited to see your creative messages and cheer you on. You're building real skills here, and we're just getting started. That's it for Section 2, Code Pilots. We've learned how to use variables to store information and how to make our program interactive with input and output. You're already coding like a pro. If you're loving this crash course, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next sections. We're going to keep building on this. Next, we'll learn about making decisions in Python with conditions. And we're getting closer to building that guessing game I promised. Let's keep coding together. See you in Section 3. Hello, Code Pilots. Welcome back to Python in 1 hour, a beginner's crash course by Code Pilot. I'm so thrilled to see you again for Section 3. In the last sections, we printed Hello World, learned about variables, and made our program talk to users with input and output. Today, we're leveling up your coding skills with conditionals and loops. These are like the secret weapons that let your program make decisions and repeat tasks. By the end of this section, you'll be ready to build that guessing game we talked about. Let's dive into VS Code and code some awesome Python magic together. Let's start with conditionals, which are all about making decisions in your code. Imagine you're choosing what to wear based on the weather. If it's sunny, you grab sunglasses. If it's rainy, you take an umbrella. In Python, we use if and else to do the same thing. Let's write some code in VS Code to see how it works. I'm opening hello.py again, but feel free to start a new file if you prefer. I'm going to clear this out and type age equals int input. How old are you? Here, input asks the user for their age, and int turns their answer into a number since ages are numbers, not words. Now, let's add a condition. I'll type, if age equals 18, print, you're an adult. Let me break that down. The if keyword checks a condition. Age equals 18 means, is the age greater than or equal to 18? If it's true, Python runs the line print, you're an adult. The colon tells Python a new block of code is starting. Let's add an else for when the condition isn't true. I'll type else print you're a kid. So if the age is less than 18, it prints you're a kid. Let's run this. I'll click run in VS Code. When I type 20 and press enter, I get you're an adult. Awesome. Now let's try 15 and it says you're a kid. See how the program decides what to say based on the input? Try it yourself. Run the code, type your age, and see what it tells you. That's the magic of conditionals. Now let's move on to loops, which let your program repeat things. Imagine counting from 1 to 5 over and over until you're done. In Python, we can use a while loop to do that. Let's write some code in VS Code. I'll add this below our last code. Count equals 1 to start counting at 1. Then I'll type, while count is less than or equal to 5, print count. Count plus equals 1. Let's break it down. The while keyword starts the loop, and count less than or equal to 5 is the condition. It keeps looping as long as count is less than or equal to 5. Inside the loop, print count shows the current number, and count plus equals 1 adds 1 to count each time, so it eventually stops. The colon starts the block, just like with if. Let's run this. I'll click run in VS Code, and look at that. It prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one number per line. That's a loop counting for us. Now, let's make it interactive. I'll change it to ask the user how many times to count. I'll type max count equals int, input, how many times should I count, to get a number from the user. Then count equals 1, and while count is less than or equal to max count, print count. Count plus equals 1. Let's run it again. I'll type 3 and press enter. Now it counts to 3. Try it yourself. Run the code, enter a number like 4 or 7, and watch your loop count up. Loops are like your coding assistant, doing repetitive tasks for you. How cool is that, code pilots? Let's celebrate. You've mastered conditionals and loops, and you're getting closer to building that guessing game. Now, here's your Python pilot challenge for this section. I want you to write a program in VS Code that uses both a conditional and a loop. Here's an idea. Ask the user for their age with input, convert it to a number with int, and then use an if to check if they're 18 or older. If they are, print, "You can vote." Otherwise, print, "You can't vote yet." Then use a while loop to ask again if they want to check another age. Keep looping until they say no. Run your code, test it with a few ages, and share your experience in the comments. Copy-paste the output like, "You can vote," or "You can't vote yet," or ask any questions you have, and use the hashtag #PythonPilotChallenge. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. That's it for Section 3, Code Pilots. You've learned how to make decisions with conditionals and repeat tasks with loops. You're coding like a rock star now. If you're loving this crash course, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next sections. We're getting closer to building that guessing game I promised, and in the next section, we'll start putting all these pieces together. Let's keep coding together. See you in Section 4. Hello, Code Pilots. Welcome back to Python in 1 hour, a beginner's crash course by Code Pilot. I'm so excited to see you for Section 4. You're killing it. In the last sections, we printed Hello World, learned about variables, input-output, conditionals, and loops, and you've been rocking those #PythonPilot challenges. Today's the big moment. We're going to build a guessing game right here in VS Code. This game will let you guess a secret number, and we'll use everything we've learned so far. By the end of this section, you'll have a working game to play and share with your friends. Let's dive in and create some coding fun together. All right, let's talk about what we're building. The guessing game is simple but exciting. I'm going to pick a secret number between 1 and 10, and you'll try to guess it. If you guess too high or too low, I'll tell you, and you can try again until you get it right. To make it random, we need to use a Python tool called random. Let's get started in VS Code. I'm opening a new file. Let's call it game.py and saving it. First, we need to import the random module. I'll type import random at the top. This gives us access to random numbers. Now, let's pick our secret number. I'll type secret number equals random.random 110. The random function chooses a random integer between 1 and 10, and we store it in secret number. Since it's a secret, we won't print it yet. Let's keep it a surprise. Next, we need to ask the user for a guess. I'll type guess equals int input, guess a number between 1 and 10. This gets the user's guess and turns it into a number with int. Let's add a basic check with a conditional. I'll type if guess equals secret number. Print, "You got it. Great job." This checks if the guess matches the secret number and congratulates the user if it does. Let's run this for now. I'll click Run in VS Code. I'll guess 5, and it says, "You got it. Great job." Sometimes, but not always, because the secret number changes each time. Let's make it better by adding more feedback. Let's improve the game with loops and more conditions. We want the user to keep guessing until they get it right. I'll add a while loop. I'll type while guess not equal secret number. This loop runs as long as the guess doesn't match the secret number. Inside the loop, let's give hints. I'll add if guess is less than secret number, print too low, try again, and else print too high, try again. I'll ask for another guess with guess equals int input, guess a number between 1 and 10. After the loop, I'll add print you got it, great job, to celebrate when they win. Let's see the full code so far. Let's run it. I'll click Run in VS Code. I'll guess 3, and it says too low, try again. I'll try 7, too high, try again. Then 5, and you got it, great job. Awesome. The loop kept going until I guessed right, and the conditions told me if I was too high or too low. Try it yourself. Run the code, guess a few numbers, and see how it guides you to the answer. Each time you run it, the secret number changes because of random.randint. This is coding coming to life. Code pilots. Let's make it even more fun. What if we let the user know how many tries it took? I'll add a variable to count attempts. At the top, after import random, I'll type attempts equals 0. Then, inside the while loop, before the hints, I'll add attempts plus equals 1. Finally, after the loop, I'll change the win message to print you got it. Great job in attempts. Let's run it again. I'll guess 8, then 4, then 6. And it says, you got it. Great job in 3 attempts. Nice. The attempts variable tracked how many times I guessed. Try it yourself. Run the code, play the game, and see how many attempts it takes you. This is how we build interactive programs step by step. Let's celebrate. You've built an awesome guessing game. Now, here's your Python pilot challenge for this section. Take this game and make it your own. Run the code, play it a few times, and then tweak it. Maybe change the range to 1 to 20, or add a message like, you're a genius, when they win in 1 try. Play your version and share your experience in the comments. Copy-paste the output like, you got it, great job in 2 attempts. Or ask any questions you have and use the hashtag #PythonPilotChallenge. I can't wait to see your creative twists. That's it for Section 4, Code Pilots. You've built a guessing game using variables, input, conditionals, and loops. You're a coding rockstar now. If you're loving this crash course, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the final sections. We're almost at the end of this 1-hour journey, and next, we'll polish this game or add new features. Let's keep coding together. See you in Section 5.